Hey guys, so for this video I decided to talk about Volume 2 of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. If you haven't seen it already, I do have a video of the first volume of the manga already on my channel, giving my first impression of it. So go check that out if you want to see it, and then come back to this video if you want to watch them in order. So this does kind of kick off from where the first volume ended, where it finished it off after the duel between Cyrus and Jaden. And in this, we have a backstory of Jaden. It starts off with a backstory how he got into dueling, the reason why he uses elemental heroes. And this wasn't in the anime, or as far as I'm aware, it wasn't, because I haven't seen season 4 yet, but I will get around to that at some stage very soon. But there's no real backstory in the anime, and this is interesting because it even explains in this that this new character that Jaden looks up to, his inspiration really for dueling is an original character for the manga. Now I won't get into too much detail about the backstory, because I do think people will enjoy it if they read it. Again, it's nothing like absolutely incredible or anything like that, but it is handled well done, I think, and especially since it's a shonen series. So like half this volume is pretty much dedicated to Jaden's backstory, which I felt did drag on just a little bit, but it was still enjoyable, and I still enjoyed it nonetheless. The other thing is that after the backstory, you find out about this tournament that happens when Zane comes back to Duel Academy, because apparently I think he was in a Duel Academy in America in this, and two students come back with him from that academy, and they decide to join in on this tournament, and apparently like the winner of this tournament gets to duel against Zane. So that happens, and they have these rules that you can only do one person once and all that, and these two students don't have. It's not really clear what their motives are. You get a small glimpse of one of them in terms of like their kind of attitude, really, and they are hinting at something with the two of them that is made reference to in Jaden's backstory, but there isn't. Nothing is really like explained too much, but it's only the introduction of it, really. So I didn't expect a lot of details straight away, because there's 7 more volumes. Another thing I liked was that, you see, you don't get a lot of duels in this, and that's kind of why I thought Jaden's backstory dragged on a little bit. So if you're really interested in the duels, you might be a little disappointed in this volume. But one particular duel that interested me was Bastion and Chaz, and we're not given a huge amount of detail on them, but we're given a little bit of backstory, and there's kind of this rivalry between the two of them, but the other one doesn't know that the other one holds some sort of grudge against them, and I think that's pretty interesting. And I think Chaz's backstory, or reasoning to have a grudge against Bastion, is actually it's pretty simple, really, but I actually think it's pretty good. I think it's a good idea. And Bastion's grudge, I feel like I don't know. I just don't feel like it's the best one, maybe, to have. I feel like more he should have his grudge against Jaden rather than Chaz, but I do understand why he sort of feels the way he does towards Chaz. But they don't hate each other. They just have this like rivalry between them. But I do think it's good because it's different than just having the main character having all these rivals. Like, of course, they are rivals to him as well, but it's good to see them like seeing each other as proper rivals and actually having reasons for it, instead of just going, oh, you're a rival to my rival, so I'm gonna be your rival. So yeah, there isn't really much in terms of duels in this compared to the first volume, because the first volume had 5 duels in between 9 chapters. This has, well, really, it has about, yeah, 2 duels really. There is a thing between other characters, but it's just kind of like you just see them challenge each other, and then it's like done next time you see them. So that doesn't really count to me. But the duels themselves are pretty interesting. They're pretty fun to watch, I think. Um, the art in this still holds up really well. Maybe it's the volume that I had. I feel like there's a couple of typos in this, like some of the language doesn't make a lot of sense. Like there's one scene in it where um a character accidentally says that it's their monster's attack points go up by a certain amount of points, um, but it doesn't actually happen, and it doesn't even say it on the card. There's another thing where it says there's an effect on a card, but it's not actually written on it because you can actually zoom in on it. And just small stuff like that I've noticed in this volume, but it wasn't too bad. I don't remember any in the first volume. Um, Maybe there was. I'm not sure. I might have said in my previous video. I'm not sure. But overall, I do think this is a pretty good volume. It is a really interesting GX manga. Because I don't feel like you get a good impression of it from the first volume. Like, don't get me wrong, it is good in terms of you get to know the characters, but you get a better idea of the story, I think, from volume 2. And I do think it is very good. The whole backstory of Jane, I just want to say quickly, it's kind of weird in a way, like the whole thing with him and little Karibo, the connection idea. It's an interesting like idea for the manga, like to make it its own story, really, using the characters from the anime. Um, but yeah, it's just kind of odd, I thought, but it's still enjoyable nonetheless. I do like the duel in Jaden's flashback between him and I cannot even think of his name. Kyo, I think his name is. I could be wrong about that. Um, and yeah, I won't really say much about that because I think most people will want to see it. But I do think it's a good duel to actually see, and everything that happens in this volume, I really enjoyed it. Do I prefer to volume 1? I personally don't, to be honest. Even though I'm praising this a lot because I I did kind of like the idea that every 2 chapters were their own sort of story, uh, and you also got like you got to know the characters like very briefly in each volume. So like, oh, this is Bastion and he has a crush on Alexis, and this is Alexis and she's trying to stand out as a female duelist and stuff like that. But yeah, I find that interesting. But in terms of story, I think Volume 2 is really good in my opinion. So that's pretty much all I have to say right now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button, that would really help me out. Subscribe to stay up to date with more videos that I will have in the future, because Volume 3 is actually coming in the post, so I'll definitely have a review on that as soon as I'm finished. The more likes and that I get for these videos, I will more likely to actually do reviews on the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX manga. And if you want me to review the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Manga, because I am getting those 3-in-1s as well, like I finished the second 3-in-1 and I have the third one here. So yeah, you just leave a comment down below because I will do it. Otherwise, I won't, because I am working on different projects myself. I'm going to be starting a new YouTube channel because I want to do separate work. And yeah, and of course I'm looking for a job, and it's not as easy as I'd hoped. But yeah, if people just comment down below, tell me what they want, yeah, I'll get around to it. Otherwise, I'm just going to be doing my own thing, really. But I really want to thank you guys for watching this video. Subscribe to stay up to date with more videos that I will have in the future. And I really hope you guys enjoy. Check out other videos that I have on the channel. And hopefully I will see you guys next time. Goodbye and thank you.